Hello, do Melanie how? I'm back with another model review or overview, I guess, video, and it is of the Eastern Airlines DC-8-61. Now, this is a model I've had for a little bit, but not too long. Got it back in the United Kingdom, but anyway. So we got the Gemini Jets logo, the usual box art, which for once is actually silver. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my last video, please. We've got the Eastern title, looking all nice and all that, the modern Eastern title, the DC-8-61 titles, etc., etc. Going onto the back, made in China stuff, plane timing, and the model was made in 2018. And look, there's some stuff in Mandarin. I can read some of it, not all of it. I'm still learning Mandarin. I started learning it in Duolingo again, despite the messed up system. Anyway, off that tangent, we have interior details on the plane. If you want to pause and read, go ahead. But I'm just going to continue on. We've got the dimensions of the plane. As demonstrated here, we have the livery of Eastern. The plane's a McDonnell Douglas DC-8-61. Plane is construction and line number over here. The plane's registered as November 8764. That's a very interesting one. The plane was built in 68, which means it barely flew for Eastern for 4 years until being retired from Eastern. Though it was possibly sold to a secondary company. Oh well. Anyway, the plane's also powered by 4 Pratt & Whitney JT3D-3 engines. The plane's cruising speed is 556 miles per hour and the range is 3,683 miles. Which is decent, but, not enough for a long haul. Though the passenger capacity, that might be a different story. It's like over 200 or something like that. Check out some of my older videos. Anyway, going forward onto the nose. Come on, focus on the nose, please. There, yeah. So it's a little banged up. Sorry about that. I did try and fix it somewhat, but I'm limited, man. But the detail does still look good. We got our little eyebrows, some sensory details, nose cone details. Got the L1 boarding door. Yeah, L1 boarding door. Our big DC-8 windows with the forward emergency exit or door plug, I think. I don't know. Then we have our overwing emergency exits. Eastern title, which is a little worn away. I think this is definitely a second-hand model, so forgive me. We have our engines, wingtip lights. Then we have our rearward plug door, emergency door, the R2 boarding door, and interesting tangent here for the windows being too close together at the end. First model of the DC-8 series that I've seen it on. Although it won't be the last in my collection, I can pretty much show you that. It's nothing really on the tail. It is the hockey stick livery after all. It does look cool. Anyway, spinning the lazy Susan around again, and we take a look at the other side, which looks much cleaner. But anyway, pretty much similar detail, except we have R1 boarding door, 2 forward cargo doors with the forward cargo door and baggage door, forward plug door, right side plug door, Eastern title, American flag, overwing exit, no overwing trail, unfortunately, forgot to mention that. Our engines, wingtips, rearward right side plug door, registration, R2 boarding door, and the hockey stick livery. I'm not the biggest fan of the modern version. I like the older version of the nose better. I'm gonna be honest. Why did I say it all British like? I'm so sorry. But yeah, I like it better than like the old style. But anyway, it does look good still. We go to the underbelly. If I can get the details to focus, that would be nice, lad. Yeah, there we go. Forward cargo door. Our E-top is not on the door, but rather on the sentry stuff. Why is my hand shaking like this? Got our forward sensory details, our nostrils, which are very much pronounced on this model. Stop shaking! Chill, dude. I'm saying that to myself, by the way. Our main landing gear, Gemini Jets logo, stand hole. The gear rolls, by the way, so just so that you know if you're going to get this precise model. Two forward cargo door, forward baggage door, rearward cargo door, rearward baggage door, skid shoe, no APU door. Didn't have an APU until the 70s version came out, the 70 series, which is another model review I'll be doing, or redoing actually, soon. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you guys can get me to 600 subs by the end of the year, which is what my goal is. And I hope you stick around, because I'm going to be doing a bit more of these, as well as more comparisons. Although it might be slow because, limited amount of planes, trying to preserve the content. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Have a nice day. Peace.